Hey VC, it's Ron. Welcome back. Wow, it's been a while, hasn't it? Like 2 months. And I decided to take a long leave. I've been making videos here in the VC for 4.5 years, and I figured it was time. It's just something I needed to help clear my head. I needed a little extra time for a side project that I've been working on. So I decided, hey, it's perfect time right now to do it. Nothing happened. I didn't clash with anybody on YouTube or anything like that. I just needed some time away. So yeah, I'm back, and hey, I got probably enough records for 3 videos. So today's going to be 50s rock and roll, rockabilly 45s. I was out bird dogging last weekend, and I found a seller who had a large lot of 45s, and they were in 2 of these steel 45 boxes, just like this one, and they were full of 45s, and but I had to buy them all. But even so, with what the boxes were worth and what I paid for the records, I got a really good deal. Some of the stuff was trash, and I ended up throwing it away because it was just wasted. But most of it is in pretty good shape. It ranges from VG to VG plus. Some of it's more even up into the excellent range. So cool stuff. No heavy-duty grails. No $200, $300 records or anything like that. But I got some cool stuff, and some of it's pretty obscure stuff. So I'm going to be showing that and spinning that, and so nothing left to do but to get going and listen to some tunes. Alright, we're going to get going with the showing. I got a stack of wax, I got pounds of sounds, and yeah, this is what I got right here, and I'd say up around 50 45s, rock and roll, rockabilly 45s. And pretty cool stuff, and we're going to get going with one that's kind of interesting. And this is, let me pull it out of the sleeve here. This is by Lonnie Irving. I Got the Blues on My Mind. And this was originally on the Stardate label, 1960. But this is a perfect example of the style of music that helped influence rockabilly music, the hillbilly, the country bop, the R&B. And this is sort of in that rockabilly sound, but it's a little more country bop. So I'll put this one on. And this is a original UK import on Mellow Disc.
Blues on my mind. I feel lonely all the time.
Okay, gonna get going with some EPs.
I got blues on my mind. Mr. Frank picked me some blues.
Elvis Presley's first EP.
Just anything you choose. Something like the guitar blues. I got blues on my mind. Everything is right tonight. I'm gonna hold some new love tight. She will set my heart at ease when she makes sweet love to me. Mr. Bassman, pick some blues. Just anything you choose. Something like the Doghouse Blues. I got blues on my mind.
Okay, that was a small selection of EPs that I got in the collection. I did get some other EPs that I'll show later, but those did not have the cardboard covers. This next one I want to put on is Bobby Freeman. It's on the Josie label. And you might have heard his big hit, Do You Want to Dance? And but did you know that the flip side of this record is a rockabilly record? Well, I was quite surprised because I did not know that. And it's Big Fat Woman. Definitely not politically correct. But rock and roll shouldn't be, right? Get going with some more showings. This is Jessie Lee Turner, Shake Baby Shake, on the Carlton label, December of '58. And the little space girl is on the flip. This is a wild rockabilly record right here. This is one that I'm gonna play next. There's an obscurity on Fox, Wicked Ruby, Danny Zella and his Zellrocks. And it's got an instrumental on the flip called Black Saxes. And it's a pretty clean record here. That one will be played. Here's another obscure one on Tampa. Stay True Baby. Dickie Lee with his College Gents. And Dream Boy on the flip. That's a good record. Can play some Jessie Lee Turner. And the song we're about to hear was written by him as well. Shake Baby Shake. Here's Jimmy Edwards, Love Bug Crawl, and Honey Lovin' on the flip. And you can tell by the label, it was released October 2nd, 1957. This is a good rockabilly number. And I just love the fact that during this time Mercury was putting the release dates on their labels. I wish all record companies had done that. Here's Eddie Cochran, Summertime Blues. And the flip side is Love Again, released June 11th, 1958. Buddy Knox and his Rhythm Orchids, Swingin' Daddy. That's a good rocker. Whenever I'm Lonely on the flip. Now I'm not sure if this one was on an album or not. I did not investigate this. Now this one definitely was on his album, I believe, Hula Love. Buddy Knox. Here's another Bobby Freeman record. Betty Lou got a new pair of shoes. You might have heard that one before. That's a good rock and roll rockabilly tune. Okay, the next one we're going to hear is Wicked Ruby by Danny Zella and his Zell Rocks. Here's Felicia. Bobby and his Orbits on Seco. That's a rockabilly rocker there, Felicia. Here's Ronnie Scott. You're so square, baby, I don't care. On Canon. Look at that. The publishing company was Presley Music. This guy sounds exactly like Elvis Presley. I mean, and this is from the 50s. This guy could have gone out on the Elvis impersonator circuit, because this guy, I mean, I've heard, you know, a lot of people try to emulate Elvis back then, but this guy was a dead ringer. This is Rocket on ABC Paramount, and Joe Bennett and his Sparkle Tones. This is a real cool rocker. Outer space lyrics, very cool. Skinny Mini, Bill Haley and his Comets. March of '58. Don't Knock the Rock, which was a title of one of those Alan Freed movies. Yeah, some of these, you know, I would have no clue that they'd have been rockabilly. And some of them are sort of like mid-tempo rockabilly ballads, like this one, Should I Ever Love Again by Rusty Draper. And this come out in, get it out of the sleeve. Can't see. Come out January 10th, 1957. When Mercury was still using the maroon labels. That's a correct company sleeve. That's a nice little rockabilly ballad there. Okay. I got some Sun records too in the pile. This is You Bangy Stomp by Warren Smith. And there's a line in here where he sounds like he uses the N-word. But that is not true. He did not say that, but it does sound like it.
I rocked in Memphis, it was all the same. Then I rocked to Africa and rolled off the ship and seen them natives doing an odd looking skip.
If you don't know, George Hamilton the Fourth. Yeah, this is one I wouldn't have had a clue that it was rockabilly, and that's why I was playing a lot of things, you know, just in case I didn't want to overlook anything. This is more pop and rock. You probably know this one. Danny and the Juniors, Rock and Roll is Here to Stay. Now the ones we're going into right now are more pop and rock. Here's an original UK second Ricky Nelson 45. These were Verve sides. He only did 2 records for Verve, and then he went to Imperial. So 1957 original on his master's voice.
Well, we rocked all night and part of the day. Had a good rocking time where the chiefs thought of me. I was making the time.
Ricky Nelson stood up.
Captain said, son, we gotta go. I said, that's all right. You go right ahead. I'm gonna you bang your stomp till I roll over dead.
Robin Luke, Living's Loving You. This is a rockabilly ballad. Excellent. And Little Darling is the A side. That's more like a Buddy Holly pop record. This did have a picture sleeve originally. Was not able to thoroughly investigate these yet. I don't have dates on a lot of these records yet. It was a chore just cleaning them. Let's see. Play Red-Headed Woman, Sonny Burgess. This is a killer rockabilly record. Near mint condition, these bring about 150 bucks. This is nowhere near that kind of condition. Dwayne Eddy, Ramrod, and The Walker on Jamie, original label. Got a couple of things on Specialty, and I just love the Specialty label. It just looks so cool. Keep a Knockin', Little Richard, and Larry Williams, Slow Down. This is Sunny Night on Dot, and he's mainly known for, remember the old Mary Tyler Moore TV show theme song? He wrote that song, and this is a record he put out in the late 50s, Short Walk. It's kind of a white man's R&B mid-tempo ballad. Really cool. And that's from August of '57. Oh, here's a few Sun records I got. I got Glad All Over, Carl Perkins, Lend Me Your Comb, Breathless, Jerry Lee Lewis, Down the Line, and Break Up, and I'll Make It All Up to You. I guess this one didn't sell very well because I read online that this was released shortly before the scandal broke that he'd married his 13-year-old second cousin. So sales of this record were not very good. But it's a very good record. That was Sonny Burgess, Red-Headed Woman. Okay, I got a few more here, and let me slap something else on real quick. I'll play that Elvis record that I was talking about, so you can hear how this guy sounded.
You don't like crazy music, you don't like rock and band, you just wanna go to the movie show, sit there holding hands just on scratch. Baby, I don't care.
Is that Elvis or what?
You don't like hot rod racing.
All right.
You just wanna progress nice and dark. You just wanna
Speaking of Elvis, maybe I'll show some of the real deal. No Elvis on Sun in the box, unfortunately, but these were originally Sun sides. This was the first issue in 1955 on RCA. Milk Cow Blues Boogie and You're a Heartbreaker. Heartbreak Hotel. That was the one.
You don't know any dance steps that I do.
My Baby Left Me. That's a good rocker, if I remember right. Some of these I'd never heard before. Yeah, that's a good rocker. Love Me Tender.
I guess it's just because you're so spread. Baby, I don't get
Loving You. And when you see these RCA labels with the line on 45s, they actually used labels that were designated for the EPs. This is a normal 45 label without the lines, and the EPs had the lines. But you know, sometimes the pressing plant or the printer, whoever, they just went ahead and they used some EP labels. So you got Jailhouse Rock and Loving You. So yeah, that was a dead ringer of Elvis, wasn't it? Okay, I got a few more here. I got probably slap on one more record, and then we're gonna call it a day. Let's see. I'll put this one on. It's just an obscurity on Tampa. Dickie Lee, Stay True Baby. Hard-Headed Woman, Elvis Presley. This is a good one. You might have heard that before. Really good one. Here's some EPs that don't have the covers. Jerry Lee. Gene Vincent, Hot Rod Gang. Elvis. Ricky Nelson on Verve. This is his 2 Verve 45s on one record. Elvis. Elvis. This is a local rockabilly record from Arizona, and it's from December of 1961. And I did not find this with the box. I got this some other place, but I got it cheap. And this is the history of the artist right here a little bit. And he was a national park ranger up around the Grand Canyon. And you see it's got a Grand Canyon post office box right here. And he was the first national park ranger to be murdered on duty. He was murdered, I believe it was 1974, by a former Black Panthers chief. And so if you go up to the Grand Canyon, there's actually a Ken Patrick Trail up there. And I believe there's a plaque too in his memory. So Night Train, this is just a really excellent, nice little rockabilly tune. And so really glad to have found that. In pretty good shape too. And it says, oh, I forgot to show you something. On the back, this little history was with the record when I found it. And on the back, it said that it was on loan to the Grand Canyon Museum, and it had the owner's name and telephone number there. So that's pretty cool. Alright, one more, and this is Scott Ingle. I just picked this up real recently. And Scott Ingle is actually Scott Walker from the Walker Brothers. It's on that cool Orbit label. And his very first record was really, good rockabilly. This is more like teen pop. They tried to make him a teen idol. And he was like 16 years old here. So, yes, Scott Walker, he just, recently passed away a couple of months ago. I guess, I don't know his music, but his later stuff is more experimental, avant-garde, and a lot of alternative artists really appreciate his music. So, I picked this up at a good price, so really happy to have found that. Okay, that's going to do it for the showing and for the music, and probably my next video will be albums, and then the video after that will be 60s 45s. So I don't know when my next video will be, but maybe next weekend, we'll see. So everybody, thanks for coming back and watching, and take care, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.